Yeah, it's recording. I'm recording the session. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, just send me a message on the chat box.
Yes, we can.
All right. You can just drop me a message on the chat box. I'll save it. So we will be building um, this UI. Yeah. I don't know if many of you are aware of widgets. So I will show you the various widgets that we have in Flutter that would make you execute this kind of UI in Flutter. Can you hear me? All right. So yeah, just send me a message. You don't have to unmute. Just send me a message. So and I would also recommend that you guys go and read documentation on the specific widgets we have in Flutter for accessibility, for animation, for assets. So we'll be using this asset images and icons. This is for making requests and functions. So it's just basically this, just UI, no interactions. All right. So I have set up. I think I need to the host. What do you mean by the host? Can you hear me? All right. So this is just a basic UI. This is like the start of the when you open a Flutter project. So we'll first of all look at this and check what we'll be needing to execute this kind of UI in Flutter. So we have rows and we have columns, and these are basically these are the basic widgets you would use to build UI in Flutter. So for this one, it's like the nav bar. If you look at it, it's in a row. We have this circle here, we have this notification here, and we have this profile image or avatar. So it is inside a row. Yeah. So let me show you how it's done. Someone is joining again. All right. All right. So, like I said, this is like the start of the project. This is the start of the project. And inside this one, we have the scaffold, we have the app bar. This is the app bar. This is the app bar. So the app bar has the default blue color, right? And this is the text, and this is the colon, and this is the center. So basically means we are putting this colon in a center and this text in a colon, and we centered it with this colon property, which is main axis alignment and main axis alignment or center. So I'm going to clean this up, so we'll start afresh. Clean it up. All right. So like we earlier saw, we saw that this is going to be in a row. So what we'll do is it's going to be in a row, yeah, because we have to start building. We have to start envisaging how this would look like. If you understand properly how a column looks like, column is vertical, while rows are horizontal. So this has to be all of these widgets. They have to be in a column. So the column is more or less like the parent widget that's going to house all of these. Let me call them. Uh, let me call them attributes. Yes, all of these, or let me call them widgets. I call widgets. All of these widgets in the design. So let's start by building a colon first. Colon first. Then you require the children property, right? Then in this colon, we need to put this role. Sorry, we need to put this role inside it. This. So the basic stuff is just to do call role. Then it takes a children property, and yeah, and then it takes two. Sorry, two. This is a circle. This is a notification badge or icon, and this is an avatar, like an image avatar, right? So we're going to do this circle first. They're all in a row, so we're going to do the circle first. So we'll just do the easiest way to do a circle is just write container. Let's call it color. I say colors dot gray, or whatever color it is. Decoration and box decoration. I would say, because ordinarily if you just call this a, if you just do this, let me do like red so you guys see what will come out of it. Okay, so the reason why it's throwing this error, mm, is because of this red. So the box property has a property, a color property. So the moment you call this box decoration or you call this decoration, you don't have to put or pass the color outside the box decoration again. So you have to now pass it inside. So that's the reason why it's throwing this error. So we could just remove this and pass it inside here, and we're good. Yeah. So let's start. Yeah. So you're not seeing this because it's hiding somewhere. It's hiding up here. So we have to call another widget called safe area. Who's joining? Okay. Widget called safe area. Give it a height of, was it 20, width of, let's see, 5. So this is where the red stuff is, and you can see it's just a box. If I increase it, it's just a box. So we need to turn it to a circle. There are various ways of turning it to a circle, but this is like the easiest way to do it. So just take it out, or you can leave this part here. Sorry, I need to, yeah, you can leave this part here and just come to the decoration and say shape box shape. So this is the property called box shape dot circle. So it turns it to a circle. Yeah. And we need to reduce this circle, so we follow the design. And this might not be exactly like this design, it's just like a demo. Yeah. So we have this, and we need to create like a notification badge for this one. Or let's say let's put this little dash dash stuff there, but this is the custom, like an image, it's custom, so I don't think Flutter doesn't have it. So to have something like that inside, the container has a child widget called, you can call it child, where is my, yeah, okay, it has a child property, sorry, child property. So we can call, let's call it an icon, icons dot, why icon should we give it? This. So if you see properly, it has the icon in the center of the. Let me increase it so you guys can see it. 100, 100, 100. So it's at the center, right? So that's that. Yeah. So we now have to pass on the because it's in a row. We have to include another widget in it. So it's going to be another circular container. We put it here, and so let's change this color to let's call it pink. Horrible design, but let's call it pink. Yeah. So how do we now give it a space? So the role has a widget that can separate two widgets, two child or children widgets that it accommodates, or you can just come here and make use of the rows property and do main axis alignment dot space around, then it gives you space around each widget, like here a space here and a space here, or you can do space evenly. Yeah, then it gives you space evenly, but that's not the case here. What we want to achieve is two of them on both sides of the screen. So use the spacer. Yeah. And pass a const. So the essence of this const, maybe I don't know if you guys are aware, is for the fact that these widgets are constants. So whenever it's trying to rebuild, it's not going to rebuild these widgets anymore because they have constant value. Oh, well, sorry, I didn't know I was logged out though. Man, so sorry guys. Where did I stop? Where did I stop, please? Hello? Hello?
You are trying to modify the circle.
Okay. Okay. But that means I've gone far. Sweet. Alright. So let me just clear. So what I did was, please, Grace, just call my attention now, because I'm not checking my internet. So what I did was just add the circle, added this property, the shape.
We are not seeing your screen, please.
Oh wow. Hey, sorry, my bad. Alright, can you see my screen now? Just send a message. I'll see a message. Alright. So what I did was just added the shape property. Yeah. The shape property and passed this box dot circle, then gave it the container has a child where you can pass a widget, so I added this icon to it, so you placed it in the center. You can always reduce the size of the icon it also has a size property. You can reduce it to or increase it to whatever size that you want it to. But that's for later. And this other one was just like a replication of this guy here. So I just replicated it and passed it there. And I included a spacer. Yeah. And I added a spacer to give it space between both widgets. That means to take both widgets to both ends of the screen. Alright. And the next part of it is to add this notification badge to this guy. So we can simply just replicate this here, paste. So it's going to add it here, yeah, and to now give you the space between both widgets, we can do give it a size box. Size box is like an empty box. It doesn't require anything, just height and the width. And in this case, since it's in a row rather, we just need to pass the width. We'll just pass the width and probably give it 10. Yeah, and there will be a space. Let's give it 20. So if you notice, they are on both ends of the screen, and in this situation, they are not. So they are properly aligned here. If you look at here, they are properly aligned on the same line. So how we can achieve this is just wrap the column widgets with padding, and you can just do the only left. Let's give it 30. Right, 32. Right. All right. Okay, I think that's too much. Let's give 20. Okay. So the next thing, I want to be sure that I'm still online. So the next thing we're going to do next is this text, both text, 1, 2, and this search button. But let's go with the text first. So the text, remember they're all still in the colon. So the text will be here. You can just pass the text widget and write welcome, yeah, and pass it has various properties. If you hover your mouse on the text, there are various properties. You can get the text style, text alignment, text direction, local, soft, and stuff like that. So there are use cases for all of these things. So but in our case, we just want the text style. Then we can have access to the color of the text. So colors dot black, black 45. Then access to the font. So you have access to font size, font family, font style, font width. So depends on whatever you want to do. So the font, yeah, we can call this one, let's see, 30. Yeah. Okay. So if you notice, it's in the center, but in the design, it's not in the center. It's on the left hand side of the device. So how we can achieve this, because we wrapped all of them in a padding. So to achieve this and put this on the left hand side, it's just write cross axis alignment dot start. So when you do start, it takes it to the left. So if you want to take it to the other side, just do end dot end, then it takes you to the other side. But in this case, we just want it to be on the other side of the screen. Yeah. And basically we'll be using size box to just give space between each widget. So we'll pass the sized box here, so we can have a space between the top widget and this other widget. Okay, let me give it 30. Let's see, it works. Let's see, 50. Oh, 500. Why? Somewhere. Costs. Okay. So why this isn't working is because it's considering the width. It's supposed to be the height because it's inside the colon. Yeah. So we're going to pass the height instead of the width. So height, and voila. Yeah. And then again, you can now pass another widget here. So hope you guys know that most of the time you just copy and paste we'll be doing. You can just do welcome to Code Clan. Nice to have you guys. Yeah, exactly. So reduce the size of the font. Yep. Yeah, and probably increase the size of this one. 40. Yeah. Okay, so let's say welcome back. Welcome back here. Yeah. So we can now do pass another size box because we are still inside the column. Pass another size box and put it here to give you the height between each widget, and pass a container. So how do we achieve this guy? So inside here we would have to look at it and see how to implement this stuff. So this is a container, and in the container we have a search icon and a search text. So it's in the container and the icon and the search text, so it means it's going to be inside the row. So create a container, give it the height for 20, nah, 50, then width or 100, and color. Let's not give color now, just because I think there's border radius. Yeah, there's border radius here, so we can just do decoration. Hope I'm still connected to you guys. Okay. I have box decoration, and pass the color here and say colors let's see, blue accents. Yeah. Then for the border radius, there's a border and border dot all. So it means that we're adding the border radius to each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4 corners have border, and oh no, did not border radius. So border radius dot circular. So since we're having it on all sides, you can just do 20. Yeah, 20. And start. Yeah, so look at it. So in this case, we now have to always do, probably we have to now do increase the width so that it starts from here and ends on the other side, both on the same line. So we now have to do like 400. Nope. So we can actually just get the width by just calling on media query dot of context dot size dot width. So it takes it automatically without passing whether 100 or giving it a fixed size. And so the border radius is too much, so let's reduce it 100. So there's also a property here that says you can also reduce the opacity of this color by just doing accessing the dot with opacity, and we'll do so. It starts with 0. If you look at the documentation, it says returns a new color that matches this color with alpha channel replaced with the given opacity, which ranges from 0.0 to 1.0. So it has to be from 0.3. So the opacity are reduced. Yeah, so you can't go beyond 1.0. It's going to throw an error. All right, so we now have to pass include the both. We have to put this search icon and the search text inside of it. So we do like a row, children, icon, dot, yeah, search, and the other one is the text. So don't just copy and paste, because just writing everything over and over again. Yeah, got this. Yeah, so reduce this to search. All right, so here we go. It's inside, and we have to push this to like it's close to the edge of the container. You can either pass a padding here, edge inside dots all. You can do all like 3, or just do only, which in my case is what I usually do. Yeah, let's give it 10. Yeah, sorry. And pass a size box just to give it space between the search icon and, yeah, so size box height. So width is 10. Put comma. Yeah. So on to the next one. Am I still connected? Yeah. Right. So the next one is to achieve this guy here. Right. So what we'll do is I have images. So how do we have these images in our projects? All we need to do is just add an asset image here. So we can just add a folder, call it assets, yeah, and I have an image here. So you can copy all of these images, drag and drop. So we have to go to a YAML file, go to assets, just pass. Let's comment this out. Let's just call assets. What do I call it? Yeah, assets. Then take this one out. Yeah, pretty works. We should restart. All right. So in this case, we have 4 containers. Um, the best way to achieve this is just to create like 2 rows. One row that takes these both containers here, another row that takes both containers here. There are other ways to implement it though, but just like the easiest way to run this. All right, so just create a row. Children container height 100 width called red. Sorry, let me pass it. Let's do post operation. Colors are red. I'll be doing copy and paste, so I'll just copy this guy here and pass it here. So reduce the this is 5. Yeah. Okay, so there we have it. Then we can now have another container here and pass it here. Same thing. Then use the spacer widget. So to give it space, const put a size box, make it 15. Alright, so let's increase this a little. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to add an image in these containers. So we have to access the image. So child is a widget called image dot assets. Yeah, so we have to select an image that we want to pass into either of the containers. So we have to do, we'll call the path of the image. So we'll do assets, yeah, assets slash diet. So it has to be the same. If you look at it, it has to be the same thing as this one. If you missed any of the text, it's going through an error. And you should also know the type of file it is. If you put it dot JPEG when it's PNG, it's going through an error. PNG. So I'm usually very careful. Yay! So here's, look at it here. You can always reduce the size of our image. There's a size property. There's scale. Yeah, okay, let's use the scale. We can do who's joining. Alright. So we can do scales, let's say 5. Yeah, so you can scale it however amount you want. Okay, I think the higher it goes, the yeah reduces more. Okay, give it 6. Yeah, you can also pass a text inside of this, giving it a name. So in this case, if we are going to do that kind of thing, if you want to pass the text beneath it, that is on here, we have to wrap this in a colon widget. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can wrap this in colon and do text. And alignment. Minimum. Sorry, this is like 10. Alright, so let's reduce this to 15, 20. Towards the higher you go, the lesser it becomes. Okay, okay, okay. So if you now want to have it like be in the center, you can use a widget, or you can also try the center widget. So it's in the center. Yeah. So let me change the color of the text. Let's call this super child. Give it color of white. Yeah. Okay. So it means that we're going to do the same thing for the next one too, like that, like that. So what if we just want to extract everything? So like for instance, now I have to take out this one. So it means I now have to do something like this here. Take this one out. Copy this one out. Oh, my bad. Copy this one and yeah, oh yeah, and paste it here. Yeah, and now do change the name from to fast food fast dash food .png. Yeah, so we have it here too, and just change it onto fast food. Fast food. Yeah. So the same thing would apply to the next line as well. We now have to copy this role, and our code now becomes very confusing. So it means we now have to copy this role. Means I have to copy this role and paste it here, and pass a size box, height 20. Yeah. So ahead of day, everybody gets confused, and we're like going through our codes, and we're like, okay, where's this box? Where's this box? Where's this box? So how about we extract this, all of this, and put them in one class? Yeah. So you can actually come here and do extract widget, and we can call it first row or first row. So it has extracted this widget, and we can come here and click here and do extract widget and call it second row. So this makes our code clean, easy, and simple to understand. Yeah. So now it's easy for us to understand. We can also do the same thing for this one too. We can for this container, we can extract it and call it a let's come here and say extract widget and call it a search bar. So it's easy. So now it's all easy and it becomes very readable. So they are now in separate classes. This is one class. This is for the search bar. This is for the search bar. You can always create another file for it and say, let's say you want to do let's call it search. Okay, I think I'll be kicked out very soon. I have like 10 minutes, so I need to create another link. Let's just see how. So we can create another file here. Rename, let's call it search bar dot. So we can just take this another file. Yeah, it is another file. This is search. This is second. No, this is second. Search, paste, import. Yeah, good. Then you can now take this one out and import it. So it's showing right because I need to import it. It's in a different file now. Okay, so for the next part of it is, where's that image? Yeah. So is this other part where you have these choose categories and branches, services. So more or less like the same thing. Yeah. So just pass the size box. Something is going to happen very soon, and you will see what is going to happen. Let's see. So we're doing name, two containers, this and this in a row, and let's give it a try. So copy text, choose categories. Okay, there's an error somewhere. Okay, choose categories, and we now have choose categories here. The next one is, this is going to be in a row. This is going to be in a row. Yeah. And in each container we have a circle and an icon inside of it, and this is going to be in a row too. So this in a row with two texts, or we can use this another widget called a rich text. So I'll let you guys find out about how to do a rich text, because you end up doing this, but I'll show you guys how to do this container here. Yeah, so let's get on with it. So as usual, this children, okay, wrong place, children, container, permit me to copy and paste, because that's all I want to do right now. Copy and paste. What else? There's a decoration, box decoration, and if you look at it properly, it has a border. So I think it just the just because we have a white background, so you can just have the background white. It has the border. It's where border comes in. Border dot all. Yeah. So it has various properties. It has colors. It has style. It has width. So we can increase the width. Let's change the color to colors dot. Let's go with black. Then width, we can give it 0.5. Yeah. And there will be an error. Exactly. An overflow error. So if we are faced with situations like this, it means that this particular screen has to be scrollable. If you have lots of widgets in a particular screen, so all we basically need to do is in here we can pass a single child scroll view, and it will go off. Yeah, so it's scrollable. Yeah, exactly. So if you don't want to have this stiff feel, because it feels very stiff, you can always pass I think it's physics. Yeah, physics. Always correct. Yes, always scroll physics or scrollable physics. Then pass parents. It's going to have this bounce effect. Kind of like it. It has this bounce effects. Yeah, so if you guys can see the bounce effects, just smooth like iOS. Okay, so I'll be kicked out very soon in the next 5 minutes because of the timer. I don't know. Call will end soon. In 4 minutes, kicked out very soon. So I'll share another link. Yeah. So would increase the width to like 200. Reduce the height of the container to 50. Yeah, 50, or let's give it 70. Yeah, so between the text and the container, we'll give it another space. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, right. Let's give that version. Yeah, 150. Pass another container in it and give it the space. Add the spacer widget const. Yeah, that's more like it. So according to the design, we're supposed to have a circle and a text. So in each, we'll just do child, row, children, yeah, container, decoration, box decoration, shape, box shape dot circle, colors dot blue. What else? Height 10, there's an image inside of it. So just the same as we did this other one, we would pass an image inside. So this time this image is going to be in a row. Sorry, in this circle, no, it's gonna be inside the circle. So it's gonna be child image the assets, then you call this assets slash, then you, any of these. So let's do food. We'll do food dot png, and we'll give it a size, sorry, scale. Scale should be like 5. Right, let's make it less than 5. 7, 10.
Sorry, David. I don't know if you are aware, but this meeting is about to end.
Yeah, should I share another link?
Okay, so you need to create another Google
All right.
Meet link and share. So, guys, please, if it drops, just
Okay. I don't know if other people are going to join. So because let's just wait. Okay, I think they're still joining. Can we start? We are 8 people here. All right. So where did we stop? Here. Okay. So all right. So let's continue. Okay, let's continue. All right. All right. Okay, so let's look for how we can scaled. Oh yeah. So the reason why that guy isn't scaling is because I gave it a fixed height. Like for this container, so I should just give it like 20, so it's not going beyond. Yeah. So most of the time you can just take this out. Yeah. Let the height of the dot all, let's make it 5. So let the child widget, let the parent widget determine the size of the child widget. So it's going to grow based on the child widget. So someone's trying to join. Okay, I can continue. So it's going to grow based on the child widget. So let's say constant. I'm sure you guys remember what I mean by this constant. So it means this widget is not going to change. So it means the widget is not going to change. Yeah. Okay. So let's reduce this guy to like 5. Okay, I think the higher. All right. Let's give it something. 17. Yeah, that's fine. That's just fine for now, man. Let's increase the width of this guy. Let's give it 170, and this guy 170. Yeah, it's more like it. And okay, so this, there has to be another thing. I think it's the text. Yep, the text. So let's try and explore uh, this widget. I to be honest, I don't use it often. The rich text. You can call it hello. And oh, okay. So now a string is, oh wow. So I'm not quite a fan of this guy, but you guys can judge it about man because we don't use it quite often. So I use this normal text, pass it here, and then reduce the size to like 10. Hope you guys can see my screen. So if I just want to break, if I want to break this guy, like let it look like this. So the reason why I can do this is because the font here, the size of the size of the font size and the font weight, they are just the same thing, so I can easily just break it. So it would break. Maybe you guys can see my screen. I don't know. So I will just break it, and someone dropped a message. We see it. Okay, nice one. Okay, so I will just break it rather than use a rich text. So that's why most of them don't use it. But it just depends on the design your designer gives you. So let me put this to 15. Alright. So we need to have this in the center. And the column widget, sorry, the row widget has a property called main axis alignment. Main axis alignment and main axis alignment dot center. So we place it in the center. Yeah. Then you can now choose to give it a size by using the size box. You can just do size box with 10. So you see, it's just easy, right? Um, just copy and paste this container. This is copy and pull up. All right, so I'll just copy and paste the counter, and there you go, and paste. Yeah. So we'll just change the image. Let's call it pizza. Pizza. Yeah. So most of the time, I've forgotten what this extension is. So if it's the correct image, if you passed the correct file path, right, you can just do here. It will show it here. Or there are times when probably when you're trying to copy and paste and you made a mistake and just passed a letter and you don't know you've already passed a letter. I press Control save, it throws an error and it says it's about the error unable to read the data. Yeah, exactly. Then it throws that it cannot find that image anymore. You could just basically create a class for this. You can call it app image dot. Yeah, come here, create a class called app image and make it do a static constant, then give the name. Let's call it what do you call it? It's pizza. You can just say pizza. When we do pizza, we now pass the file path here. Then you call assets slash pizza dot png. So with this, you would always avoid making mistakes. So here you just pass app image dot pizza. So that resolved the error here. So basically my own situation, my own case, I would always I'll recommend you do something like this. Just create a class and pass all the images you want to use for your project. You can call this hamburger and hamburger.png. Hamburger.png. Okay, so copy this name, go to your main. So let's change this literal stuff and say app image dot, will bring out hamburger. Restart. Yeah, so it's easier this way. So if you have something like this where you can't see is this what do you call it, safe area, it's not making it show properly, you can just either pass a size box. So as usual, just extract this guy. As usual, just extract this guy and call it choose. Just extract the widget and call it categories. It has to be in capital letter. Yeah. Then just pass the size box widget here. So yeah, you can always increase it as much as you want. So this is a lot more easier. And let me see if there are other things that need to be added. Okay, that's all. Okay, except we want to add a border radius. You can just go to your widget here. we can create another class, another file for categories. File and say categories dot dot, and go to the main and you copy. Yeah, there's an error somewhere. Okay, this is upper range. Alright, then you do this here. Yeah, so it's just easier for you to have all of this. See, you have reduced your, you don't have to go through a lot of, you can also put all of these ones in a separate file too. It's so easy for you to now trace where this particular widget is coming from and fix whatever errors is coming from there. So yeah, I think that's basically everything for this class. Yeah, you can always replace this one with an icon. If you want to remove this app bar, you just simply take it out and it's out. So I think that's it for my class. Well, let's check if there's any other stuff you want to pass. Yeah, that's it for my class. Okay, so yeah, I thought I was going to show you guys something, and you guys will just implement the remaining. So for this situation where you want to have something like this and do this kind of stunt, and I'm sure most of you guys are just say will say, ah, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. It's not that hard. So we can do let's create another file. Let's call it second screen, small letters, second screen dots. Yeah, stl, let's make it stateless widgets. Yep, let's say second screen. Zero widgets. So this has to be scaffold. Yeah, so we're going to change this in our main to second screen. So let's go to our main, change this second screen, take this bad boy out, import, let's restart. 5 gig. Okay, all right, so what we're trying to do is achieve this stuff here. You guys will just do the rest. So let's achieve this guy here, just this guy. Yeah, just this stuff. Yeah, so the easiest way to do this is pass a body, yeah, and put it in a colon, children. Yep. So if we just do container height, let's give it 200. Color, let's say colors dot white. We'll change the background color of this. This is scaffold, so let's change the background color to background color colors dot blue. Yeah, colors of blue. Yeah, see. So what do you want to pass something else? Let's say you want to pass another container. Space, copy this one. can give it same thing. Let's say colors dot let's give it some colors dot yellow. Exactly. Yeah. So all you need to do is just pass the you just do a border radius. So you just do decoration box decoration. Then if you notice, if you look at the image, if you notice, it's just these sides that are curved. The other sides are not. It's like a mobile screen, so just the sides are visible that are curved. So in this case, you just do border radius dot vertical. So this is going to apply to only the vertical corners of the container. So always check the kind of properties it has. So this one, it has top and it has bottom. So we're doing top. So do we check what is it, because it's radius, so you have to do radius dot circular. There you can give it 20. So it's the color that is throwing that error. We always forget the color. So it's because of this color. So we take the color out and put it inside here. Yeah. Let's give it a different color. Let's call it pink. Yeah. So you notice that the top, we're supposed to bring it down here. So this color, this is the background color, this blue color. Yeah. This is where this container is. Yeah. So the best thing to do is put it in an expanded widget. So it's going to take the whole space. So it's taking the remaining space of the device. So it takes the remaining space of the device. So if there's any other container that wants to fill in this space, even if you increase it, even if you increase this guy to 500, it's going to push it, and this guy is still going to take the remaining space of the device. So this is basically how to achieve this. You can just take this container out and either just pass a size box or pass the size box. No, either just pass the size box or put other widgets that you want to put there. Let's give it 100. Yeah, so you can just apply every other widget you want to put there in 500, or you can put another container, and you can also put another container too and give it. So let's copy this guy here. Let's see, but it's like a whole new level though. So return flex 2. Yeah, so it's on its colors dot yellow. Yeah, so that's basically it. So to achieve, like what I said, to achieve that one, you can just pass a size box or pass other widgets that you want to pass right inside here. Probably you want to put, so in this case, so in this case we have other widgets that we can add there. So as many widgets as you add or you put here, you would always push this guy down, and because it's always taking the remaining space of the device. So that's all. You can just pass the size box here and give the height. Or as always, you can take let's say, let's take like the 50% of the device screen. You can just do media query. So media query will determine the size of the device size. So the media query, the height times, let's say 0 point, let's take 4% of the screen. So it will take 4%. So you can always increase it. If you want to take 5%, that's 50%. It will take 50% of the gigabyte screen. If you want to take 8, it will take 8%. So you can just play around with this stuff, and that's all. So my task from me to you guys is to achieve this. Yeah? And we're good. Alright, so I think I'm done. If you guys have questions for me, you can ask me, or you can buzz me on Discord if you have any questions for me. So I'll stop sharing now. Grace.
David. Um, okay, thank you for